All right, 4 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get the drainage committee meeting started. Let the record reflect that all members are present. Item number 1, request approval for 2025 carryover projects to 2026 as presented in the package.
This is basically projects that at the end of 25, when I closed out those budgets, I knew these projects weren't getting done. So I zeroed them out in the 2025 budget, but they're not discarded projects. So we want to put them back in the active 2026.
Motion.
Wait, project 93135, this project is closed out. The Transville project, so
Okay.
that means we should eliminate that. Was it totally paid? Was the engineer paid out of this, or did,
I'll have to pull it
You
in.
have to
see.
pull it?
Yeah. But you say it's closed out.
yes,
Okay.
right, Chris?
Transville closed.
So, and the only other one that my concern, well, we know, 49, let's see, project number 93225, we know that's the culvert installation over at the community center. Brian, where are we with that? I know we was 50% done with half
We're
of it.
probably about 75 right now. They just made the connection and they only have about 24 foot of pipe to put in and they'll be done and then graded out.
Okay, and the Michael Street joint, well, that's still ongoing right now. Okay,
But,
okay.
but like on this page here, like I got like Taylor Street and all that. Oh, that's still.
Yeah,
What happened, huh?
this is just.
This is to put it back in the budget.
26.
Put it back in.
year.
Just to put it back in.
Yes,
Put it back.
you're
in.
good.
Yeah. That's the only one need to be pulled.
Check the, 93193 for Burke Transville Canal Project, back some kind of additional for 235, see what it's called.
And 93147.
It looks like for that amount, it must have been an invoice, an additional charge or something, and we must have had to approve an additional, but I'll check on that.
And 93147, Brian, that outfall, the bulk of that work is done. That's the one we looked at yesterday, unless that was just waiting on that catch basin on the other side, but I think that's another job.
Sorry. This one too.
There's the driveway and the side of
They
the
still
well,
got some
rocks
more.
there, that's all done.
I just gotta check.
Well done, right?
We can look at it.
All the invoices are paid, so I just gotta check that there's,
All right.
what was that number? 3285?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one Mike was talking about, 93147?
93147.
You think we paid all the bills on it?
We're running those on it, but it should be completed. 'cause that's been done for a
I
while.
think it was the other side of the street, but I think they had broke that up.
Okay, let me check on that.
All right, we got a motion by Mr. Mathern, second by Mr. Brew. All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, requests approval for substantial completion of the Himalaya Canal clearing project. Mr. Savoy.
Yes, prior to the holiday, we did a final inspection of the canal. The contractor is complete. He had some minor items to take care of. He actually took care of them while we were there. He had an excavator on site. I provided some photographs and so forth to the jury. However, they have technical difficulty bringing them up. So what we're gonna do is email them to you all, but we are recommending substantial completion.
Mr. Brew, were you able to visit the site?
No, I didn't, but, I understand it's all right, so.
They
didn't
did
go
have,
visit.
they did have, we did have three individuals that actually live in the area. Came on the tour with us, as well as I spoke to, several of the farmers at the head of the canal, but, you'll be able to, once I'm able to get you the photographs, you'll be able to see, we took it from start to finish, and it is very, they did an outstanding job. They did it quickly, and the canal is very clean.
Ron, did you visit the site?
I was off.
All right, make a motion, to approve.
Motion by Mr. Carter. Second by Mr. Brew. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3, request approval to re-advertise for the Maury Area Drainage Improvements Project and approve additional engineering fees associated with the plan modifications. I identify the funding source of $13,457.50.
Yes, per direction of the jury, we modified the scope down to the pump station and the bar screen repairs and the limited drainage things to go with that. Those plans have been delivered to the parish, reviewed, and we are ready to advertise.
You satisfied, Mr. Rowe, with the plan?
Let's go.
Did you look at it, Mr. Bro?
Briefly, not recent, but, yeah, I know what's going on.
The change of plans that Joseph is
Yeah.
submitting.
He has come to my office and looked at the.
Yeah.
and stuff.
We need the funds.
So I'd like to make a recommendation if Mr. Charles is gonna, go ahead forward and pay the fund. His funding source would be out of, project 93-133 to reallocate that amount out of the $22,560.45 that's existing. If you make that choice, Mr. Rose.
Yeah, yeah.
You making a motion, Mr. Rowe?
Yes, I do. Make a motion.
I second his motion.
All right, motion by Mr. Bro, second by Mr. Carter. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Before we go on, before we spend engineering dollars, again, like, we just got the invoice for this. It wasn't prior and a funding source identified. We should be identifying the funding source prior to the charges being made, and we're responsible for the bill. So just passing that along. In this case, that wasn't done. I think the work was done under the existing contract
Yes.
on a percentage base with no prior authorization for spending or how much that engineering would be.
There was prior authorization by the jury for me to make the changes, as well as the thing I had indicated them that I would do it under the additional services of the contract at that time. However, I do agree with you. I saw the agenda, so we did prepare an amendment if that is necessary. If you want to proceed that way, we have an amendment prepared for the contract if need be.
Yeah, I guess I'm just making a point that we need to identify the funding
We have to
source
move
before
with the
we,
project. We have to, it's been delayed too long.
I'm not talking about this project, I'm talking about future projects.
I know,
General.
but I gotta get this thing rolling.
I thought we were moving in that direction before we do anything. We're gonna identify the funding source. That must have got slipped through the cracks, huh?
Well, obviously it didn't happen because this project was done without a funding source identified.
If I remember right, it was talked about here, it was talked back and forth about whether the scope was gonna be modified or not. And the jury authorized him to modify the scope, but we never had a figure. So when you don't have a figure at that time, you don't.
So Joseph, just keep the jury up. What was modified on the plans? What was modified?
What was modified on the
Yeah.
plans? The original modifications were, we made changes from natural gas engines to all diesel engines. We added fuel tanks. We added 3 fuel tanks, solar chargers. Then we further reduced the scope by removing a lot of the drainage cross sections that we had for Lower Texas, not Lower Texas, the Maury Canal where it comes in. A lot of that was removed from the plan, so we had to, that's renumbering of all the sheets, renumbering of all the indexes. We had to redo all of the specifications to change everything from a natural gas engine to diesel-driven pumps, as well as adding right-angle gear drives. We also lowered the deck by 2 feet. So there was extensive modifications to the plans. Basically, I had to redo the entire set.
What table 4, Jim?
Huh?
Table 4.
Yeah.
But don't forget, Myron, don't forget about it.
Item number 5, request approval for authorizing the president to sign a CA with Mr. Charles Michael Frank.
Brian?
You should have a copy of it. It's a project that we're doing.
What ward is it, Brian?
I don't have it in the packet.
She didn't, Gavin didn't give it to you, Kim?
Well, it's-
Highway
Tell 'em about it.
it's 6909 Highway 308 Bell Road.
That's on my side. Better.
Yeah.
That's on my side.
That's what it was, we
It should be in there, yeah.
We installed
There you go. Yeah.
Where's that?
She was supposed to have a copy of it in the.
That's that house that sits on the levee.
Hadn't we approved one last year? Yes.
Even if it's a project, or not, that we still have to create a CEA for it and have it done properly with the landowner sign.
If there's ancillary and additional work.
Right.
Okay,
So this is installation of 32 feet of 18-inch culvert at 6909 Highway 308, with the purpose to install culverts for wider driveway access.
no problem with that, Ron?
I don't have a problem with
Make a motion.
it.
Motion by Mr. Carter, second by Mr. Brewer, all in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn
So moved.
by Mr. Carter, second by Mr. Blanchard, all in favor? Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
All right, it's 4:12. We get the personnel committee meeting started. Let the record reflect all members are present. Item 1, request to approve, reappoint the secretary treasurer for a 2-year term, 2026 to 2027.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Carter, second by Mr. Nakane, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion passed. Item 2, request approval to reappoint OSEP director for 2026. So moved. Motion by Mr. Carter. Second by Mr. Fonville, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays, motion passed. 3, request approval of a 2 weeks FMLA leave for an equipment operator 2 contingent upon submission of all required paperwork.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Fonville.
Great.
Second by Mr. Nakane, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays. Request approval of 3 weeks of FMLA leave for special assistant to the parish manager, contingent upon submission of all required paperwork.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Ponville,
Second.
second by Mr. Blanchard, all in favor? Nays, motion passed. Number 5, request approval to reinstate Mr. Roger Prejean as a full-time temporary employee, contingent upon a signed employment agreement.
So I drew up a little document, and I showed Ms. Kim previously, a lot of things we agreed on was by word, but now an employer have a copy of what the terms of employment is agreed upon and rates and whatnot. And that's to put in their personnel for an hour, so there's no misrepresentation on that. I think Mr. Prejean was doing a fine job before, but there are some stipulations that me and Ms. Kim talked about that we've made him known as his reinstatement as an employee, but I'd like to bring him back aboard.
So, based off any of these stipulations, is this gonna be something we putting in a personnel manual to be for all employees, whoever come that route?
Once we finish with the draft, we'll put it in the personnel manual.
Basically, the difference between this employee versus others is his capacity to work full-time at the full year. I don't think that's what he doesn't want to do that, which is why we've had the turnover with him before. Correct me if I'm wrong, where towards the third quarter of the year, he's backing off on his hours. So, you know.
Previously he agreed to a pay cut and he took a pay cut.
Yeah, they did talk about a pay cut and not full-time temporary, but not, it might not be permanent because some months I guess he would work as available.
So why not just keep him as a part-time employee?
Well, because he can only make up to 27 hours. He can't work on the,
Well, if
Full-time.
if he worked the 27 hours, he may be able to go the whole calendar of the year. Sound like if he's
And that
going,
is a consideration, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
just depending on how y'all work, whether
yeah.
27, 28.
yeah, preferably he would be full-time. But he doesn't get any, allotment for holidays and what sort of reduces his pay
No.
drastically.
At the end of the day, you need his skills,
Right.
right? So I understand full-time, whatever you're calling it, but you would rather have him 12 months out the year if you can.
Right.
Right?
So with the submission of the vacant holidays, like if we're getting paid holidays, he's agreed not to get paid for those holidays and still be a full-time employee. So he would be reduced, salary would be reduced.
I'm just trying to see where you win.
That's probably for insurance person, insurance matter.
No, it's more or less like,
No. I know.
Personal reasons. on
Yeah, I
this.
can
Yeah,
figure it
correct.
out what it is, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you need him to help you win.
right,
So
Correct.
he's a maintenance employee, so he's an
Correct.
8-hour employee. So he'd have to work on Ron's side, what he's talking about, at least he'd work 3 days a week to stay below.
Yeah.
3 full
same thing,
days.
Mr. Marcus.
Well, not anymore, but,
Yeah.
so that's
That'd be
just
nice.
food for thought. I can tell you that one of the biggest issues we've had in this situation was an employee coming on and staying on for 6 to 8 months, and we go through all the process of enrollment and all the benefit plans, and then they out. And then they want to come back on, and it's a constant revolving door.
Right.
If he were part-time, as Ron's recommending, he would not even be eligible for any benefits. So that is an advantage on the administrative side. And on
Just
the
make sure
jury
you
side, we
win,
would
that's
save
all.
because we wouldn't, be offering health insurance and whatnot.
Yeah, because you don't want to get back in the same situation.
No,
I kind of understand where you're going, even though it's, but you want to be able to retain him for the whole 12 months because you need his hand. You need, you
Correct.
need to.
Isn't there an option for him to take a leave of an unpaid leave of absence and pay his own benefits for that time period?
But it's for a short period of time, and then we have to term him off, and then he wants to come back, and then we have to add him back
Yeah.
on.
I didn't know that there was a limit on the
Yes,
leave of
you
absence.
can't be on the policy for beyond 12 weeks.
Okay.
Because then you can't retain that active employee status when you're not an active employee anymore. It kind of goes in line with the FMLA 12 weeks.
Does he know the steps, Brian?
Yes, sir.
He knows the steps. He's
He agreed to it.
he agreed to.
Yes.
I'm make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Nakam,
Second.
second by Mr. Blanchard, all in favor? Any nays? Motion passed.
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Nakam, second by Mr. Blanchard, all in favor? Nays, meeting adjourned.
Currently, you started Road and Bridge Committee meeting. Let the record reflect that all members are present. 3 items on the agenda. Update on 2025 road opening program. Sawa.
Yes, we received the contracts back and that construction signed and ready for execution by the jury yesterday afternoon. I have them this evening to deliver to you all so that y'all can review them and get those finals signed. Once that's done, contractor will record the contract and we will set up a pre-construction conference and be able to give you start dates and map out when and where they're gonna start working.
Good news. Next item on the agenda, I think you received the low responsible bidder for the Andrew Street concrete road improvement project.
That's
To be on file.
correct. I sent you all a recommendation. Our recommendation is to award the bid for lowest responsive and responsible bid by Alonso LLC in the amount of $76,300.
Good with that, Ms. Farrow? Can I entertain a motion to approve? Got a move, by Mr. Blanchard? Second, Mr. Brew? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Third item, request approval to add an additional speed bump, number on Rishi Town Lane, Ward 1. I did have some conversations with Justin about this. The speed bumps are down on that street. There's only 2, and one of the residents within the guidelines of, our stipulations, we can afford to put another speed bump down, closer to that resident's home. So I have no problems with it. So, y'all have any questions about it? And we do have the speed bumps in-house.
You know, I go on in Ward 9, you want,
Huh?
I'm on if you want.
Okay. Can I get a motion to accept? Got a motion by Mr. Broke,
Second.
second by Mr. Mathern, all in favor? Ayes have it. Meeting to adjourn, motion to adjourn, motion by Mr. Ponville, second by Mr. Broke. Meeting is adjourned.
Let's call the order of the finance committee meeting. Let the record reflect all members are present. Request approval to pay list of bills submitted through January 9th, 2026. Motion by Mr. Nakam,
Second.
second by Mr. Carter. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Request approval to go out for 30-day bid on a new 750-gallon trailer mounted sewer cleaner and identify funding source.
So I provided y'all with a quote that I received today and a previous quote from 2017, just to reference the increase in the amount that we're looking at from. But I'd like to go out for bid and see where we're at. What others?
How long ago did we get rid of, the last one, the second? Was it 17?
No, the one we're using now, the yellow one.
No, I'm pretty sure they put it out in 24.
When they got rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when they got rid of it.
What's your funding source, Ron?
Well, when our gap stuff comes in the next period and we might possibly have to add some funding to it. But I was just basically asking, I would like to go out and bid and see where we at with some other companies because I received a substantial amount.
Well, the gap's not to the end of the year, so.
We'll come back to the funding source once I receive the actual quote.
If the intent is the gap, the bids won't be good by the time we get to the gap.
I don't, well,
That's for the cover cleaners?
You see a need for this second?
yes, there is, because when our culvert cleaner goes down, we lose the capacity to do it,
Oh, you using the
and
one
it
we
goes
got now?
down.
You using the one we got now?
Yeah,
Can you just wait to go off a bid and just continue getting some quotes until we get the funding
Yeah.
for it?
what's that? That's what I'm just talking
Yeah,
about. We'll go out for bid, see where the price is at, and we'll come back and see what our options are to fund it.
Often are we using this culvert cleaner?
Usually quite often. You got stuck in some culverts the other day and we gotta make some repairs to it. We had to dig it out. They using it?
Hose got stuck.
Yeah, I got stuck in some collapsed piping inside. And it's happened multiple times before. This ain't the. It will get stuck.
So all we got to do is cut the hose.
No, then you lose $1,000 tip inside the pipe. We're not
It's expensive.
gonna do that. It gets very expensive.
We got the tip.
We recovered everything.
What broke on it?
Oh, it's a spool on the side of it.
So the spool broke.
Well, where it comes across and goes through, there's a gear drive at the bottom. This is not the first time it's happened. It slides over, and the chain jumps off. So we're gonna make some repairs to it. It's not the first time it's happened. I'm sure you received some pictures of it.
I motion that you can receive some quotes and we'll try to find a funding source for it.
Well, getting the quotes won't help us because of the amount we have to go out for 30-day bid, the amount that the quote came back.
Yeah, we don't have the
So we're
money to
gonna
go off a
get
bid right
different
now.
quotes.
So why are we, well,
We're gonna explore our options. And then
okay,
we'll
so
come back.
whenever he just mentioned going out for quotes, you said, yeah, that's why I won't go off a bid. So,
All right, Leroy, if we wanna, we're gonna get some pricing on 3 different units to see where we're at.
but not advertise 30 days.
Not advertised for 30-day bid.
Okay, that's what I just want to make sure.
There you go.
All right, so no action by,
Hold on a second. I wanna look at what we have in the budget for equipment for 2026.
I have some, but I wasn't planning on spending.
You want to spend it somewhere else?
Yes.
150,000. This was in a budget.
Right. That's what we had left from last year.
No, that's what's in for 2026.
I mean, he's free to get the quotes. I don't think he needs any action from the jury
Yeah.
to
No,
to obtain quote. Cool. So no action on item 2. Item 3, request approval for the special programs director and intake coordinator to attend the ACAP conference in Lafayette, February 9th to 12th, 2026, cost of $1,406.
Motion.
Motion by Mr.
And
Carter,
I'm gonna bring, before we vote on this, I'm gonna bring this up. As stated last year and the years before, we have to look at the budget, the general budget, what it's gonna do. Where is the funding source is gonna come from for this?
General fund,
General
general fund.
General fund out of the. But you got a tab under there to where folks gotta go get their recertification for their commercial pesticides, applicator recertification. So that they,
You gotta have
you
it.
gotta have that
Gotta have
too.
Road and bridge. that's
Back
it.
to my road and bridge.
That's road and
Okay,
bridge.
all right.
That's the grass brand. Already knew that.
Looking at the cost, can we drive there?
And this is-
Yeah, it's in Lafayette, huh?
Yes. I mean,
Yeah,
you
they,
say,
they're not.
But not back and forth.
Well, the only question I would have is if there's no additional, not additional, but there's questions about the funding coming down, whether we're getting funding, we're not getting funding. And a lot of things are in a freeze state. So is this training really mandatory if we in that state?
is it a mandatory training?
It is, because we have to do our Roma training, and that's part of the CSBG. So it is out, it's.
But 3 days worth.
I can look at
If
it
you
and
look at the
see.
agenda, I don't think the 3 days worth. I have to attend an equal opportunity training. Mine is 1 day from 1 to 5.
And
And
it-
Monday, we have registration and we attend trainings, until 5. And then I have a meeting that evening at 7.
Now, I know there's an
And then-
agenda, but the question is, what is mandatory spread on the 3 days?
Our Roma training, I think, is that Tuesday. That Wednesday is just kind of like a closeout day.
Nice.
Is it necessary that both you and the intake coordinator receive that training?
I'm not sure if both of us have to receive Roma training. I'm not sure on that part. I just know that, they did previously, but I can check and see if just one person has to get that training.
Well, we have another meeting before that.
But they have to register.
They gotta register.
Yeah.
Like we had to register for the thing.
And there's no doubt, it's not picking on this training. There's no doubt that the entire staff has always in the past attended the entire training.
Right.
That's been the case. But if we're gonna look at tightening up, we gotta look at every
Tighten up.
small aspect of it. I'm not even making Brian's fussing because I'm not making him packets anymore. I mean, any little bit we cut back on, it's gonna make a difference.
Gotta get my pack when I come to the meeting.
And like Ron said, the next one is a recertification. I already made the decision that I won't be going to the two LEPA conventions that's usually in the spring and the fall with my counterparts, so I won't be even asking y'all for that. That's, twice a year. That's 3 days, but this one right here this is every 2 years, we have to go back and get recertified so we can buy, restrictive use pesticides in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, in the
that's
same,
understandable.
I hear what you're saying, but in the same breath, how much valuable information that you will miss out
Oh, a lot.
with your counterparts, with you and your peers being there, that you can bring back to the parish to better help us. So it's a double-edged sword. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, this is more important than that. I mean, this is something I will, if y'all tell me, I'll take my time off to go get this one. I will not let that go. That's
There's some cases you can't afford not to go,
Yeah.
and I get that point.
Had a motion on the floor for the intake workers. I mean, for the, special program
Yeah,
director.
motion on the floor by Mr. Carter,
Second motion.
second by Mr. Alcorn. All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed?
So I'll still
Motion
check and
carried.
see if it's mandatory for your assistant to go. Just let us know.
Request approval for the OSEP director and the special assistant to the parish manager to attend the 2026 commercial pesticide applicator recertification in Alexandria on January 21st,
So,
26. So, the special assistant to the parish manager is out on,
I'll check with on
She
that.
won't
That's-
be
no, that's-
until February.
okay.
That's a fact.
Their motion?
Mhm.
Motion by Mr. Alcorn,
Second.
second by Mr. Nakam. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discuss the proposed 50-year intergovernmental agreement among St. Mary Levy District and neighboring parishes relative to the Bayou control structure.
I didn't put it in that, y'all. Save and pay.
You did.
I've already looked at it.
as I remember, it's a 26,
The big issue that
27,000 for
We've
this
already
year.
discussed is 50 years.
Yeah, but I think for this year, it's
Don't we just have the
27,000.
funding for-
Straight up.
We only had the funding for 10 years.
10 years.
Right, and we expressed that to him, so I communicated to all of the other parishes and to the same area levy district that, in most cases, millages and so forth are only good for 10 years. So how could you sign a contract to guarantee payment 50 years if you don't have a funding source that far out? So other parishes do have that same issue. They're coming up and they were gonna revisit it and come back. We haven't heard anything yet about shortening the term for it. Then the other thing that they mentioned was that other parishes had already submitted their 2026 budgets and were approved, didn't have the funding sources in. So what they wanted to do was put in a smaller allocation due at the beginning of the year, and then the remainder will be done at the end of the year. Yeah, to allow them to amend the budgets. So we have, the funding to do it, but it's locked right now until we get the was the spending plan.
And it's on the agenda tonight. Pat gave that some priority, so that's.
Right, so once that spending plan gets approved, then that'll unlock that funding for us to be able to use it, but, I don't see how we can enter into an agreement for 50 years if we don't have a funding source
No, we can't.
identified.
Yeah,
beyond 10.
yeah. 10 years.
We'll do 10 years. Evaluate it after that. Just take.
I can reach out to them again and see, if they got any movement from their attorney or from their board on the term of the agreement, but I understand they have a 50-year operation and maintenance plan, and that's what they're trying to fund is their 50-year maintenance plan.
We're good for 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've actually already told them that, but I didn't get a response yet.
Okay.
All right, so no action. Item 6, discuss the previous cutback recommendations made by the Secretary Treasurer.
Jamie asked me to put this in writing and provide it to you all, so that's why.
Stuck to the other one. Six. After 6.
And then it made your lighting that is funded to the general fund. We don't have no more lights, do we?
Well, no, they all issue. Every juror has, I think it's 10, 15, or maybe, no, I think it's 20 nights.
Right, but that's all.
I mean, that's a cost in the general fund.
Right. So you want to take the lights away for the people? That's your
This is
recommendation?
not Kim saying
No,
take this away.
no, the recommendation.
There's only so many things we can look at in the general fund that we are required to pay versus not required to pay. I would love to cut a lot where the jail's concerned, y'all know that, but we
Right.
can't.
Yeah.
We can't.
So this, I mean, we, a lot of us don't get the package, we're just not seeing all this stuff. Can we look at this
Yes.
over the next 2 weeks,
Yes.
come back and make a decision?
That's right.
And if you have any questions, any other ideas, comments, call, and maybe I can gather some information to add to this.
Okay.
Did we hear anything back from other parishes about the occupation license and?
No, nobody wants to touch
Yeah.
that one. Everybody's in the same boat dealing with the
Yeah.
same thing with social media. But everybody's like, let me know what y'all come up, with. Let me know what y'all figure out. Our meeting we had, I thought was very good. Were you there, Mike? I don't remember. No? Well, but I thought we'd hear back from, Anya with the sales tax office. Remember, she was supposed to
Right,
give
there
us some guidance as to, the process they use for capturing those delinquencies. And we were gonna see if it was something we could potentially mirror
But we had to get an intergovernmental agreement approved
to share
through
some
the state
information.
so that she can share certain information with us.
So it might take a little, and with the holidays, it
Right.
might take.
So
some
she
time.
was pursuing getting that agreement in place.
Yeah.
And that's essentially being able to have access to those that are paying taxes, the amount that they're paying and comparing that to our occupation license list.
So if y'all could, take a look at this.
Oh, and she was going to, send us some information regarding sales tax collection and how it's determined. And she was fairly confident that online purchases and equipment purchases, even though we have multiple zip codes that are from out of the parish or being paid to the parish, she says she has records that show that and was willing to send the jury a letter to that effect, and we didn't receive that yet.
She was on the website, that shows the address might be.
Right, but something's supposed to be coming from her as from the tax office for the jury.
And, Justin and, Jasmine and I have had communication about some measures that we can put into place to try to capture some people, or not people, but individuals, but businesses that are coming for a permit. So if they come in for their electricity, we throw it in a red flag. Do you have your occupational license? Can you provide proof? So we're putting that into play to where if they can't provide proof, then that's another measure we're trying to close the
Yeah,
gap a little bit.
we need to check it out. Mr. Muffler's place that we sold many years ago, they opened it back up and I never remember them giving them a license.
They got it.
You got a license? What is it? From something Parish?
We approve. It's moving.
All right, so I guess we can review the previous recommendations made by the Secretary Treasurer at your leisure, and any of those we want to bring back up at a later date, we can. Having no other items, entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion adjourned by Mr. Alcorn,
Second.
second by Mr. Nakam. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, we call the Engineering Grants Committee meeting to order, record reflect all members present. First item, update from GIS Engineering, Jolly Moore and Bell Rose.
Good afternoon, Jerry. Joe Lamore, we're in the preliminary plan set, hoping to have that ITR done within a couple weeks. And then we're gonna, with the preliminary plans, we'll be able to draft or proceed with the environmental permitting if necessary. We're gonna, explore that option, just to make sure that we're covered on that. I'll also get those to Brian to discuss the landowners, project with the landowners. And at the same time, then we'll roll into, final design, probably looking into February to start advertising for bids. And Bell Rose, know what dates on that one, still awaiting Parish's
Yeah,
direction.
Brian and I are working on that one. He's just wanting to schedule some of the parish labor to see what, the separation of what was a drainage project and what was the going out to bid portion of that project, and I still have to meet with him on that.
The other thing I don't have this on the agenda, in the fiscal, annual plan from CPRA, the Amelia levy, they have, 2 million, in the 2027 fiscal year, and 28, they have 1 million projected. They did have 3 meetings recently in Thibodeau, Jefferson, and Abbeville. It doesn't seem, there's no objections from the public. So that does look promising.
Who's CPRA identifying to go ahead and do the scope of work, even though they're gonna?
That I don't know yet. I don't know who they're gonna,
No,
how
so
they're gonna.
CPRA, I reached out to Melissa to see if she had any communication from them yet. So the parish will be the sponsor for that project. They needed a sponsor to do it. So they're supposed to be sending us a CEA. The question that Melissa had was that she didn't find anything that the jury was, I guess, approved us entering into a CEA with CPRA for that, which we haven't yet because we just received word that we're gonna be entering into it.
So we can be the sponsor, so we're gonna have to do that in-house? Or we're gonna have to contract out with somebody else to do?
Yes.
Yes, which one? In-house, or we're gonna have to pay somebody to do that?
Well, I think for this phase of the project, I don't think that there's much outside that's gonna be done. This is not the phase of the project that's going out to bid or, plans or anything. It's gonna be coordination with one firm to get a project done. It's basically similar to the drainage master plan that we did. That's what the scope of this project is for. There's a lot of work that needs to be done with the core St. Mary Levy District and validating the project to see if the project is even feasible. And that's what the whole purpose of CPRA spending this money is for. It's a project that we prioritize as a jury and been pushing for. And
And I get that, but it seems like some input from the other parishes as well, not just us. It's all gonna fall administratively on our back. Y'all know we don't have the staff to do it.
well, just like they sent us a multi-jurisdiction agreement, you know, we can
We
ask
may have to
CPRA to
consider
have
that.
it to multi-jurisdictions and ask them to submit some admin funds. I don't really know how it would be structured yet. We didn't get anything from CPRA yet. You know, the information that we received in the amount from Dwayne here is the first we hear of that. You know, the amount that I heard from CPRA myself was $1 million. They upped it because they want to try to get the project moving along faster.
It's good news. Good news.
It is good news,
Good news.
but we just have to figure out how we can manage it, to go forward.
I'll help you out, Aaron, on the backside.
Everybody else.
Don't pay for it out too. That's gonna close the gap on the whole west side of the parish. We've been going to DC fighting for that, so it's a win, it's how we go about to take care of business.
It's a plus for us.
That's a plus, that's a plus.
You know, made a little noise and get a little action.
There you go.
Thank you, D. Anything else?
You got it. That's it. Oh, I did let Joseph know too, the certified payrolls for the Himalaya project have all been approved. And he did get a copy of them. Melissa was asking earlier in the weekend, I believe you brought a copy to
Yes.
Melissa. So that project from our standpoint is completed.
Thank you. Update from the Planner Design Group.
I was contacted by them just prior to the meeting. He had a family emergency. He couldn't make it tonight. He was on his way here and had to turn around.
Printed that right before we got into this meeting too. He sent the, a revised quote or estimate for the, rain levels. I
That's
didn't
what,
print all
that's
of
for the
it.
ring or that's for the structures for the pumps?
Yeah, we received that email.
Yeah, that, I thought it was for the
It might
structures.
be for the structure.
Yeah, structures of the pumps,
Yeah.
not the ring levies. We've been.
That's something I got probably an hour ago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hour and a half ago, so we
I didn't
Look at it.
get to see
Look at it, yeah,
put on next agenda.
yeah.
All right. Nothing on Gerald Street, probably. All right, next item is, update from Infinity Engineering.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for Mr. Brian.
Hope y'all are doing good. Happy New Year. There's no changes to the project status. I just wanted to attend tonight to see if y'all were gonna pass the updated contract documents that we submitted.
I didn't see him.
I didn't see them neither.
That's that amendment, but there was also some things that, the president and I were gonna look over around the holiday relative to, I think there was a rate schedule adjustment on there, refresh my memory, and then some other things that were already agreed upon. We were gonna go through the original contract documents and just make sure we were all on the same page. So if we could just table this until the next meeting, that would be my recommendation, so I could look at it more clearly.
Got that, Brian?
I heard him.
Perfect.
Brian, you still on for February 1st? Still scheduled?
I haven't heard anything to the contrary. I will follow up with the contractor tomorrow and make sure he's still on schedule.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, good deal. Thank you.
Yep.
Next item, update from the Special Programs Director Grants Coordinator.
I spoke with, H&H Electrical. They're still working on the upgrading lighting. They, contacted me for some more information and he said that they're almost finished with, drafting, the application and they'll send it to me to get approval to make sure that everything's correct and they'll move on with that. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Update for South Central Planning and Development Commission. Pat Gordon, you up? First approval to adopt resolution approving and authorizing the president to sign supplemental agreement number 1. DOTD State Project number H015860 Bell Road Sidewalks, LA1 and LA308.
Yeah, that's just some housekeeping to push this program along. I think it's changing some of the match, we're trying to lower the match that the parish would be paying, as I recall. I don't have it in front of me, but that's what I thought Cassie had sent to y'all.
Simply a resolution.
Yes.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Diaz. Second by Mr. Brew. All in favor? Opposed? That carries. Presentation of Restore Act multi-year plan.
Yeah, as y'all recall, I came to y'all a couple of times about the multi-year plan and what you wanted to utilize that funding on. And from what I gather from Ms. Torres, that you would like to use all of the funding for the Bayou Shin floodgate maintenance. Of course, the plan that I put together is based on the revenue that has been projected over the next 12 years, and which comes to $1,040,469. Based on the CEA that you're reviewing at this time, and the percentages, that assumption we'd be paying for the maintenance of the Bayou Shin floodgate, it looks like the first year you put up 27,750, and then for 10 years you put up 92,500, and then the 12th year you put up 87,719, and that would be the end of the funding from Restore. And there's no other funding that's being looked at, I believe, at this time for the maintenance of the structure, but there's no reason that you can't submit the Restore plan for at least the first 12 years. And also attached with the plan is a vicinity map, and it shows pictures for the feds to look at to show that, this floodgate is already in place. So the $80 million floodgate that was allocated funding over a couple of years ago. Also attached to it is the civil rights statement that needs to be attached to the application as well. And I'll answer any questions you may have.
You say 12 years?
Yes. It's not 92,000 every year.
Right.
They're asking for a smaller percentage first year, and the remainder, actually, it's first year is going to be 150,000 for the maintenance of the lot, and then the following years will continue to be at 500,000. That all the parishes and the levy district would chip in on.
I believe that was modified though. So that initial payment would have been to reimburse for the past 3 years of operation. And St. Mary took that out of the agreement.
Okay, I'm just working off of what was
Sure.
given to
No,
me.
I understand. Yeah, they revised it since you received that last copy, so.
Well, I guess the question is do you want to run with this plan of funding with the Restore money? I mean, and if you do, then we can put this for public review for 45 days. That's what the resolution that I've submitted. I think that's the next item on the agenda is you need to allow for 45 days for public comments, and just put this on your website, and whatever comments come in, we'll make that part of the plan and then submit it in. But if there are some changes, we may have to extend that time frame on 45 days.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve to adopt the resolution approving and authorizing the president to sign and submit the Restore Act multi-year plan.
Motion by
So we
Mr.
want to
Blanchard.
accept the plans.
Accept the plan and Senate and
Submit.
authorize the president to
I
sign.
would like to add that submitted with the plan, we should have the CEA.
It's not executed at this
Not
time.
executed.
No, but whenever it is, hopefully in 45 days or somewhere down the future, it will be executed and you submit it in with it.
Okay.
Because it does look like you need that, backup.
Motion made by Mr. Blanchard, second by Mr. Bethune, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Gordon?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Update on Ag Center Roof Project.
Yes, we met with the contractor yesterday. We do finally have a path forward. He is, he's to begin installing the ductwork, that is necessary for the fan. As of tomorrow, they're gonna be out, according to his schedule, cutting the hole to get that installed. And the contractor, his sub will be out there on Friday to install. We'll be out there to monitor it. After that, I expect it'll take him about 3 or 4 days to finish up closing the roof and finishing out the trim and gutter items.
Right, Mike?
Yeah.
All right,
Ms. Morgo's here to talk about that.
you got
I
it.
just, I want to thank y'all for the work that's been done this past week. We do have our livestock show Saturday, so we were bringing in generators, but Mr. Bryan and his crew and everybody who helped, we do have electricity. March 12th and 13th is our big ag day, so before planning can begin, because we can't, like, I can monitor the livestock show more than I can monitor ag day with 2,200 little ones all over the facility. So like, is there an estimate when it's gonna be ready? Can I have ag day?
The roof will be on, like, as I said, the roof will be on. We expect to be, about this time next week, we should be buttoned up, tight. And, we're gonna hold the contractor's feet to the fire because we are approaching.
He's approaching his.
Yeah, he's approaching his final day, so we are putting his feet to the fire. We will have people out there monitoring that he is doing what he's supposed to do. He did reach out to us today and we transferred the information as discussed yesterday, the duct fans and so forth. So as of right now, he's on track to doing what he said, and we're gonna be out there as well to ensure that he does that.
They did move all the roofing and all.
Yeah.
I did see that.
And so,
We
I think
also
once
did.
y'all do, and then he has some temporary fencing, I think, for protection to put up, if he got that in place, so.
Yes.
Sounds like it, Ms. Morgan. Nothing happened.
Thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll stay on top of it. Update on health unit repairs.
So our health unit roof is complete. We're currently working on, and with the contractors on getting some pricing on the interior repairs, some floors and some additional repairs that need to be done. That's the update.
Update on courthouse renovation project.
I spoke with, or I actually sent an email physically today to John and the contractor that emphasized our deadlines and what we're approaching and what was necessary to meet our needs and get this project on the move.
Set that out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
quickly approaching that deadline.
And I emphasized the deadline date,
Which is,
February 22nd.
all right. you just post it on that. Anything else? Next item, request approval to accept the low responsible bidder for the Grant Park and Restroom and Pavilion building project to be Sage Construction LLC, contingent upon concurrence from facility planning team. I don't have no amount of it.
I can provide that.
You have them?
We had provided a recommendation, after further discussion with Mr. Carter, we would like to amend our recommendation to also include a concurrent deduct change order for 2 items that were line item in the project. It's gonna help bring the project a little more in budget and give him a little cushion in case we have any change orders or anything that arise during the project. The base bid amount would be $363,139.13 with the alternate deduct for the post-tension slab. The amount would be $363,139.13. The concurrent deduct change order would be $29,627.91. The final amended or approved contract amount will be $333,511.22. So that would be the amount we're requesting approval. I apologize for the late, the amendment to the recommendation, but this was after discussion this afternoon with Mr. Carter.
What is the deduct for, post what?
The deduct is for the alternate, is accepting the alternate bid of a deduct for post-tension slab. And then we're gonna take two additional deducts, one for backstop fencing and another for a 24-inch culvert installation. Both those were line itemed as part of the contract. They are line items. We discussed it with the contractor. They can be removed per the contract. So we're recommending removing those items. They're not germane or necessary to complete the grant.
So the first number you gave, the 363, 139, 13, then you repeated that number after is, what is the 363, 139, 13? Is that the original base bid?
That is the base bid accepting the alternate deduct.
Accepting alternate deduct.
So what is the
Accept-
base bid?
All right, the base bid is $369,221.39.
369. Go ahead.
$369,221.39. The alternate number one deduct, which would be accepted, is $6,082.26. Which brings the bid amount to $363,139.13. We are recommending an additional deduct of two items totaling $29,627.91. That would bring the contract amount to $333,511.22. Which is within the budgeted money that it has and leaves them some about 20, give or take about $20,000 cushion. If it's needed during construction.
So what is the budget amount that we had? What we had for that? Chris? Was that?
$350,000.
And then we had reserved 100,000 for future maintenance?
No, 50,000. I wish I had 100.
So it was 100,000.
What, future maintenance?
Yeah.
50,000.
50,000.
Go back, it was 100.
I think we need to review the minutes on it. I believe it was 100,000.
It was.
I got 300 from the state. I only had about 100 in the fund, so it couldn't have been 100,000.
All right,
I recommend to approve that. I'm not on the committee.
Guys, I want us to look at this. This is gonna be costs that we're gonna be incurring to keep up this park after this 50,000 runs out. For general fund.
Chris, what other, talks you have?
What other park I have? I just have, Bertrand Rail Park, just on leased land for the church and family property. And the church is already indicating that they're gonna need their property back. They're running out of graveyard.
So that expense gonna go away. I don't know how much expense.
Yeah,
is there.
I mean, the lease on that, on the one for the church, I think we might pay like just their taxes, or might be a penny.
Yeah, it's not much at all.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Then you gonna have about 50,000 on the side
For
for
maintenance.
maintenance, so that's gonna last several years, plus you, the dollar allocation right now, with, I don't know, where else you gonna spend that money at?
Oh, I ain't trying to spend it.
Huh?
I ain't trying to spend it, keep the
We ain't
maintenance up
trying
on
to
it.
spend, I understand that, Chris, but what if, some change order comes up for $50,000
Change order on this, right here,
on this
50,000.
project? Yes, sir.
We're not doing that. We're not doing the $50,000 change order.
I wish we knew ahead of time that we weren't gonna have change orders, but that's just not how it
It's
works.
not- yeah, not reality.
Are there any amenities that can be cut that are, you know,
I'd
over
like
and
to see-
above what we really need for that
That
park?
is what.
That's what I just cut.
That's
So
what he's, that's
basically what you
the
got
line
getting
items that
is,
he's cutting.
you get the pavilion with restrooms and they're doing the parking lot. So I cut out the backstop because it was $18,000 and I did away with the covers because that's something we can do in-house for
What's the bathroom,
$11,000.
Johnny? How much the bathrooms are?
the base on the prefabricated bathrooms was $272,162.97.
$272,000. You know how long you can rent some porta potties? For $272,000?
That's bathroom and pavilion, right?
That's
a one
bathroom,
building.
that's bathroom, concession stand and pavilion.
All in
It's
one
all, it's
building.
all one, it's all one building.
So who we selling concessions to?
The what?
You said it's a concession
It's
stand?
just like a little
Yeah, I
serving.
thought you just wanted a pavilion out there, Chris.
Pavilion with restroom. And it's just like the Bertrandville one is set up. It's a pavilion with restroom, but they have a little concession thing in there where you can serve food from inside. It's nothing major, it's nothing big.
No, it's about five, we're talking about an area about 5 by 8.
You have floors in there?
Huh?
The floors,
No, it's all concrete.
no epoxy or anything like that?
Air conditioning, all that?
No, it
That
was,
original money came from.
State. Well, so we got some from the sinkhole, which was right at $90-something thousand, because of they donated to the closest park. And then we got $300 from the state.
Plus you had some money saved up in your.
Not much, I don't get $10,000 a year for recreation. So the money was saved up, is one that came from the sinkhole.
Yeah, that was earmarked for that
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
All right, so $333,511.22.
yes, sir.
I said then, based on the deducts. I entertain the
With
motion.
no change orders.
Motion.
I'm not gonna guarantee that. I'm not the contractor, Jamie. I'm not gonna sit here and guarantee that to you.
There's a motion by Mr. Diaz, second by Mr. Mathern. All in favor? Opposed?
Hard for me to bid. It's hard for me to.
Motion carries. Any other items? Motion adjourned?
Motion.
Mr. Diaz, second by
I'll send
Mr.
you a
Bro, all in
summary
favor?
of numbers.
Motion, meeting adjourned.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
I don't talk about, I don't have discussion on some of the problems, which I didn't.
Just the same things we've been discussing for the last year and a
That's
half.
it. Year and a half, you want to try 26 years? And we still don't have a result.
Bathroom ain't that much more.
We call to order the jury for a, public hearing regarding the proposed adoption of budgets for 2026. The time to take any public comment. Second call. Last call. Hearing none. Entertain a motion to adjourn the public hearing. Motion by Mr. Diaz, second by Mr. Bro. All in favor? Opposed? Public hearing adjourned. Call to order the regular meeting of the Assumption Parish Village Jury for Wednesday, January 14th. Let the record reflect all members are present. We have our prayer to be followed by a pledge. God, who teaches us by sending the light of the Holy Spirit into our hearts, grant that by the light of that Spirit, right judgment may be ours, that we may ever find joy in his guidance. Amen.
Amen. Right, say the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I would like to open nominations for president 2026.
I'd like to, just address the jury for a second here. Been president for 3 years and I do not seek to be the president again. But I would like, you guys to think about something moving forward, because it's shown me something that, not many here have had the experience to see in the amount of time that it takes to facilitate that role. And I think it's just something that the jury needs to really look at. After speaking to other parish presidents in our area, our employee structure as a whole, that there should be a full-time person that can participate in all of these meetings and keep track of all of these projects. Right now, it's not fair to Kim on her end. It's not fair to Brian on his end with a lot of these things. And I just think it's something that the jury needs to at least entertain, of going to either a consolidated form where you have an elected parish president and a council, or have a true parish manager and then a director of public works. But I think for us to really move forward, as a jury and be effective in the parish, we have to have somebody that can dedicate the full time that it takes to stay on top of all of these meetings and chase these projects. And like Kim says, we can't take on any more projects because it is an administrative nightmare to stay on top of them. And you see all of these projects slip because somebody didn't check up on this or that. So I just wanted to make that statement, let everybody kind of know that I think that's something that we need to, kind of pursue and see if there's a better solution that would work for us going forward.
And we really appreciate what you did the last few years.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for giving me the opportunity. And with that, I'd like to nominate Jeff Narcan for parish president.
Police jury president.
Police jury president,
I'll
sorry.
second that nomination.
All right.
All right, we have a motion on the floor by Mr. Leroy Blanchard and seconded by Mr. Jamie Ponville. Any counter motions? All right, we'll take a vote on the motion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passed.
Thank y'all, gentlemen.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Thank y'all.
And Leroy, thank you for your years of
Yeah,
service.
man.
as
Thank you.
Leroy.
Yep.
Police
Maybe you
chief.
might be able to run
It's
again
been a pleasure.
next 4 years.
Man, I'll put that
Come
back
on,
on the spot.
No, I've told all of y'all before, I've told the public already, this is my last term. I have 2 years left and then I'm done.
But
I don't mind telling anybody that.
we would like you to stay on. Long.
Well, I appreciate that, Myron, but I'm
Think about it. Don't say it. Think
All right,
about it.
moving right along.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, gentlemen, and I'll be here for y'all. Been here quite a few years and met a lot of people throughout the state. And Leroy's right. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I like to stay on top of. So I'm gonna do my darndest to stay on top of it and keep y'all informed when I need to keep y'all
Yeah, do a
informed.
better job we did last time.
And
Oh, that's messed up.
Thank you, Myron. So that's my goal. So with that being said, I'll open up the nominations for vice president.
I nominate Ron Alcon.
There's
I'll
a
second
nomination
the
for
motion.
Ron Alcoin.
I'll second.
There's a second on that. Any other nominations? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Ron Alcoin, as
Thank you.
vice president.
Thank
All
I'll
right.
be there to support. Just to echo a little bit what Leroy said, him and I know, have missed a lot of time from our daily duties of our own daily jobs to be at various meetings, to be right there with other parishes to know what's going on when things are happening around us. So, he's very, very correct with the time that is
Okay,
allowed.
you got it like that, you good.
No, it's the truth though. It's the truth. It's the truth. You know, I can attest to it because I've been out there with it.
It's about a vision in the future, Myron. It's
Yeah, I know.
thinking
Yeah.
20, 30 years down the
Oh,
road.
that's
As
what we
far as
do.
that's
Yeah.
sustainable. And I think what they're saying is currently it's just not
Not
sustainable as
working.
is.
Right, so just like Ryan mentioned, you know, I sit in the meetings with him for the projects in his ward. I sit in meetings with you for projects in your ward, and it's the same thing with everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's
A lot
not,
of time consuming.
right, but at the same time, having the 9 jurors, you know, the president's powers as a police jury president is to run the meeting and be the authorized signature. That's almost where it stops unless you're in a state of emergency. But you have to take that role as being the leader, you know, for the whole jury in these meetings and stuff. And it is more than what a part-time position
It
is.
Mhm.
And it just truly is.
It is.
And you have the flexibility with your
With your current
job,
job.
with your current
With your
job.
current job.
Absolutely, either way.
You
Thank God I
getting,
got
you getting
that.
ready to retire, so be.
Retirement is not in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna carry on with the meeting. Next item is accept list of committees for 2026. And you see that in your packet on item number 5.
But you have the 2025 list, so,
I'll make a motion to keep it like it is.
well, obviously the
Hold on.
chairman, the president, Mr. Nakane, is gonna, be on all committees, so that's gonna change. So then we need to, Leroy, see what committees you wish to be a part of. Because, like, for instance,
Solid waste, Jeff can't be on solid waste chair,
Why you can't?
We did it last.
Why you can't?
not being the president.
Why you can't? He would be the president, he would be the chairperson for finance.
Finance. That's the only,
OEP, are you okay with
Oh,
just
you-
switching that role, staying on that one?
Jeff, I want that seat.
Emergency preparedness?
Yes.
Okay, so that's okay, so we just gonna switch you there.
Now, Jamie, how you get on just about every committee?
I would like to be on the
Because I want my
finance.
voice.
I would like to be on the finance committee. though.
All right, so let's take one at a time. All right, let's start with drainage.
I think Ira should take chair of drainage.
I'm good, well, man.
Hey, you need
Go
some.
ahead, Ira.
Your second term, step up.
good.
We got something for them, some.
Yeah, you gotta get something now.
All right, we'll leave drainage like it is. Everybody good with drainage?
Right.
I'll step off of drainage because it needs to make room for Jeff.
All right, road and bridge. Keep Ryan chairman, doing a good job at it.
Yeah, let's keep it like it is.
That's good. Everybody good at economic development. Don't have many meetings on that per year, but everybody's good with that.
I can swap with Jeff on that one.
Okay.
Finance, I'll become chair.
Those, Jeff and Leroy are gonna swap unless Leroy would choose to not participate.
Yeah, I'm okay staying with finance,
Okay.
but
Mike wants
Mike,
to.
I'd
get
like to
on.
be
You want on
put-
there?
Yeah, I
All
like.
right.
We'll scratch Jamie and put
yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
Insurance. Leroy, you wanna stay or not?
I'm good staying on it, but if
Yeah.
somebody else wants to be on it, I mean, but I'm good
Oh,
with
you
that.
keep that, yeah, keep that like it is.
Let's keep it like it is.
Keep that like-
Recreation, don't have many meetings per year on that one, but
No.
leave that.
Ira, you want that one?
On recreation?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll step off of that one for Jeff.
Yeah, I will take chair.
Ira gonna take
And Chris, you're
recreation.
gonna stay on? You're just gonna switch chairman with him?
I'm switching chairman, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Engineering. Leroy, you pick that?
That's Leroy's, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Everybody else is good?
Yeah.
Solid waste. Jamie wants to be chairman.
Yeah, I'll take chair on that.
I'll stay on the committee.
We're already on it. You can't
Well,
be
Yeah,
off.
you can't be off anyway.
Speaking of solid waste, probably next month, we probably have to have another meeting, have a meeting, so have discussions, contract renewals come up in June.
They've been picking up a little bit more.
Personnel. Personnel,
You good with it, Mike?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mike's doing a good job.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Does somebody want my,
Yeah,
Spot
anybody
on,
else
that's not
wants to
on
be on
there?
personnel?
Think we good. Just-
Nobody wants to be on that.
I think personnel could, go ahead and leave it alone,
Leave it alone.
leave it alone.
Federal programs,
I'll swap with Jeff on that one.
No, you stay on, let me swap. You stay
You can
on.
have, I'm good.
you wanna get off, Ira wanna get in?
Yeah,
Yours is
put
on.
Ira on there.
Yeah.
Add Ira, he needs his name.
Stop.
Emergency preparedness,
You lost place?
You and Leroy gonna switch on that one unless Leroy wants, somebody else wants.
I'll be there.
You have to be that. It's typically the president.
Yeah, just switch the chair.
Everybody good with that?
I make the motion to accept the committee assignment. So discuss.
Motion on the floor, to accept the, committee assignments. Second. Second, and Ms. Farfield, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, set, time of regular police jury meetings.
Second, fourth Wednesday of each month with variations, typically Thanksgiving week and the last meeting in December. And sometimes with the convention, this year the convention is not an issue.
Okay, so, but we have some, big data next.
Yeah, I'm gonna propose,
date that we're gonna be out of
unfortunately,
town.
that last week of this month, I'm out of town. Ryan got issues with a surgery in his family, not gonna be here. Do y'all oppose meeting the Monday of that week?
No.
Which meeting you talking
It'd be the
about?
next meeting.
It'll be the next meeting on the Monday.
The next meeting in January?
Yeah. Yes.
The 25th meeting?
No, this is going out, call Justin, I don't even know my calendar.
The 26th.
They would have the meeting for 26. After that, we can carry.
My wife will be able to get a stand.
All right,
So make that move from the 28th.
the 28th is gonna be on January the 26th. And from
We could
there
do it-
forward, do the
We
second
can do
and
it on
fourth.
Tuesday night, huh? Okay. I just have one meeting.
Other
for
than that,
January.
we'll set the meetings for, next meeting will be January 26th, and from there on out, the second and fourth. Unless, Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
and Christmas. I need a motion for that, or
So,
motion by Mr.
Second.
Carter, I'm coming there, second by Mr. Alcon, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, accept any corrections and approval of minutes of the December 17th, 25 regular meeting. Any corrections, anything need to be changed?
No.
Motion to accept.
Motion set by Mr. Pineville, second by Mr. Mathern, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, public comments period. Any public comment period on any items on the agenda? First call, second call, last call. Record reflect no public comments. Next item, induction of candidacy for state representative, Mr. Brad Daigle. Floor is yours, Mr. Daigle.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you this evening. My name is Brad Daigle. I'm here to announce my candidacy for the State Representative District 60 opening. Chad Brown, good friend of mine, stepped down and vacated office to become the Alcohol Tobacco Commissioner, which created the need for this special election. I was born and raised in Plaquemine. I graduated from St. John High School, and then I went on to attend LSU. My wife is Jill Chauvin Daigle from Bruley. Together, we have 2 children, Evan and Lindsay, and I hope to have some grandkids at some point in the future before I get too old. I do want to say that my roots are here in Assumption Parish since the 1700s. The Daig settled here from Nova Scotia. My grandparents are buried behind St. Elizabeth, and I've had the opportunity to get to know my dad's only living first cousin, Miss Levy Terrio, who everybody in Pierreport knows. She crochets blankets for everyone affiliated with the church. She's 98, and it's been quite a treat to meet several of my family members that I've never met prior to this campaign. That's been the most rewarding thing. I'm a self-made man. I'm a self-employed small business owner since 1991. I haven't had a W-2 until after I left LSU working a part-time job. I'm an independent risk manager and employee benefit consultant. My business partner, a gentleman by the name of Derek Babcock, is the party chairman of the Republican Party of Louisiana. We've been together since 2016. Currently, I represent Iberville Parish on the Greater Baton Rouge Port Commission. And this is my third term representing District 17E, Iberville and Assumption on the Republican State Central Committee. It is an elected position, but I'll tell you, not many people pay attention to it because there's no salary affiliated with it. So really, it's a labor of love. So yes, I want to talk about this. I've been in a partisan position. My job as an RSCC member was to find candidates, to grow the party, to attract voters over to our party. But with this run, and this is my first run for public office other than the RSCC, my focus changes to my constituents. I have to be there for all of the people. So I have to put down that hat and put on a different hat if I'm fortunate enough to have the voters elect me. So I want to talk to you about my focus. My focus as a candidate right now is on the 90% of the issues that unite us as people, as a community, not on the 10% that divides us, that Washington is broken over. So that's what I really want to focus on, because we have numerous needs. You know, the needs in Assumption Parish and Iberville are different. Obviously, we do have a higher tax base because of industry and development. With the chemical plants, we're very fortunate to have.
Yeah, y'all got a lot more money than us.
Yes, sir, we do. We do. And we're fortunate. And in saying that and listening to the voters, you know, my focus, and I'm gonna get to that in 1 second, but I'm learning a lot about Assumption Parish. So I'm just trying to be a sponge and absorb all the information that I can. And if I'm elected, then I'll be here very quickly with a focus group, or maybe to come meet privately with the jury, or publicly for that matter, because I do need to learn a lot, because whichever candidate wins, we go right into session just a couple weeks later. So I think session is starting the first week in March, and the election is on February 7th. One of my favorite quotes that I want to tell you about is from a former New York City mayor. His name was Fiorello LaGuardia. It's who the airport was named after. And his famous saying was, "There's no Democrat or Republican way of picking up garbage." So what did he mean by that? He meant the essence of his statement is that effective pragmatic governance for the public good should transcend partisan ideology and focus on getting the job done for the people. That is exactly what I commit to you today. I will do that as your next state representative. I work with anyone and everyone, regardless of political party or no party, that has a promising idea that will benefit all people. And that is my commitment to you. Now, in saying that, while political party is probably a consideration in the campaign, it should not be the only determining factor, but it is something to consider from this perspective. From the governor down, every statewide elected official, as you well know, is a Republican right now, with the exception of 2 congressional seats. The party just has an inherited majority right now. And so I think there is an advantage with the relationships that I have on a local, on a state, and the federal level that I have over my opponent. So over the last 13 years, and because my partner is the party chairman of the Republican Party, I've been engaged in campaigns. We've targeted candidates. We've assisted them in funding. I set up one donor for the governor that's given him and contributed over $1 million. I had a fundraiser at my house for the governor himself during the campaign. So I've been very fortunate to establish not only relationships locally in the state, but also with the federal elected officials that from what I'm reading in my research, to complete your long-term drainage and flood mitigation master plan, y'all are gonna need the funding from DC to do that. The dredging projects, that's gonna aid our local fishermen in the basin, that's all federal. I would be at see Mardi Gras for my 6th year in a row, handling things like this. But that's in the middle of early voting, so I'm gonna have to skip that this year. But I attend that in DC every year, and I'm very close to our senior senators and all of our congressional leaders. So what are the critical needs from my understanding thus far, just very briefly, an assumption? Flood and storm protection systems need ongoing reinforcement and modernization. You need to advance to larger scale flood mitigation projects. Road drainage and public works infrastructure requires ongoing investment and upgrades, electric power, resilience, grid hardening, plus continuity for essential facilities, transportation access and rapid clearance after storms, public warning, communications and alert systems, protection and continuity of critical facilities like public safety, the Emergency Operations Center and community facilities. So that's what I've learned so far in just my short time. I'm sure you got a host of other issues that are important to the district from the police jury perspective. And I'm having a hard time saying that because we have a parish council, which is etched in my brain, and you are still operating under the police jury system. So in closing, I want to say, I'm running to be a voice that listens, leads, and works across the aisle to get things done, to lower insurance costs, to improve education, to reduce crime, to lower taxes, and demand transparency for every tax dollar. This campaign is not about politics, it's about you, our families, our future, and the place we proudly call home. Every politician says, "I'll fight for you," and that's obvious, and they mean it. What I submit to you is Brad Daigle will deliver and win for you. If you believe District 60's best days are ahead, I'd be honored for you to consider supporting me. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any. If not,
We'll just make a big statement right here now. Thank you for coming.
yes, sir.
And if elected, we will lean on you heavily.
I understand.
We need Baton Rouge. We need
Yes,
these
sir.
things, but we need help.
I heard I have big shoes to fill.
Good.
We would need it quick too. Just tonight, we could use some administration funds, and we could easily get that from the state.
Right.
Yeah.
To
So
help us
we're
out.
gonna lean, be ready.
Yep, get ready.
If something call, answer.
We call it.
I'll tell you, I don't have grandkids. My business is stable, so I'm gonna be dedicated to this position. I'm very passionate about trying to give back to the community. And I'll tell you more on a personal level as I get to know you.
So tell me where you got that snapshot of the parish and the needs and our needs. What, that was a pretty 95% snapshot. Where you got that quick?
Which one, sir?
The snapshot you gave
Of
of
the-
infrastructure and our master drainage, but
Yes,
you
sir.
got that.
So
that research.
it is, you can pull it up on Chat GPT. And that's where I got it from. What I've been doing is every time I visit with someone, I've been taking notes. And then as I meet with the different municipalities, I go in and I do my research and it's easy to find. It's all
You was
public
spot on.
information. Yes, sir.
So something that I just like to draw to the forefront, you made mention of, the industry along the river and how fortunate Everville Parish is, Ascension Parish for this growth and so forth. I just like you to, remember that whenever it comes time for capital outlay projects and so forth, that, the parishes that don't have the benefit of having that great resource of the river, and essentially spreading some of that wealth. Let's maybe let it be an unfair contribution at some level.
Right.
Where we can make up for some of that shortfall that we have so that we can make the strides that we need to be able to attract better businesses and, residences in Assumption Parish.
Yes, sir. That would be my focus. I know the school board is also struggling with their finances as well. And anything that I can do, to try to assist with that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm one of, I don't even know exactly how many state reps are in yet. I think it's
35, 37.
We're all kicking, fighting, scratching, and I do have relationships. I feel very confident that I'm gonna be able to get our fair share.
And I guess I heard another state legislator make a comment about, the recent and the growth in Ascension Parish with Hyundai and CF Industries and so forth. And they made the comment that Assumption needs to be ready because when the cup runs over, they're coming here.
Right.
And I guess what I'd like to ask you is, let us get a drink from the cup before it runs over. There's no need why we have to wait and let those areas thrive, and we're playing catch up the whole time.
Listen, I don't have any governmental experience, so I have a lot to learn, but I'm a fast learner and I have a constant state of purpose. What I'd like to do is, if I'm fortunate enough to get elected, is come back and let's talk about those priorities, because I can't get 100 different things. You know, let's talk about the critical infrastructure needs and also economic development needs. And I will tell you, I got the endorsement today from Louisiana Association of Business and Industry. I also got it from from ABC, Associated Builders and Contractors. So I do have those relationships also with private industry. I'm very fortunate. I play golf with Shintech's plant manager every Saturday morning, and also the global logistics leader for Dow Chemical. So I'm also, I will tell you, one of the things you have to have in this position is a good relationship with lobbyists. Now, that's a dirty word to some people, but it's just, it's
All part of it.
it's a necessity. If you don't have relationships with lobbyists, and I can tell you the G8 are all supporting me. That's the 8 largest lobbying firms in the state. That'll be coming out soon. The holidays held us up. But today I got 2 of the 8 and more endorsements are coming, because that's the individuals that I have relationships with. So I feel like this is one of the distinguishing factors between me and my opponent.
Good deal. Well, when you're playing golf with, the manager of Shintech, they want to expand or something.
I understand. And let me leave you with this, because y'all been very gracious with your time. Most municipalities have limited me to 3 minutes, and I can hardly get anything out in 3 minutes. I have come to realize, I'm sorry.
You're desperate. And usually it's 2 minutes.
I've come to realize that, and I said this at my fundraiser in Plaquemine, I don't know what's in the water in Bayou Lafourche, but y'all are the happiest, most gracious and kind people I've ever met in my life. And I said that to my people, so I don't know how it went over. The other thing that I have seen is a work ethic that I would be proud to tell any plant, any industry to come here. And I have spoken with Performance. I met with Art and his CEO, and Chet Varashi, who's a good friend of mine. I'm very fortunate. He's from Plaquemine, the number 3 in Performance. And so if there's any potential for expansion here, you know, we're looking at that and any relationships that I have, because I can tell that not only are y'all great stewards with the land, there's just a work ethic and conscientiousness to the citizens of Assumption.
Thank you, Brad. Best of luck to you.
Best of luck.
I appreciate
And,
it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yep, thank you very much. Next item, Drainage Committee report, Mr. Fonzville.
Yes, sir. Drainage Committee meeting was held this afternoon at 4 o'clock. All members were present. We approved the carryover 2025 projects to 2026. We approved substantial completion on the Himalaya Canal. We approved to re-advertise for the Maury Drainage Improvements Project. We tabled item number 4, and we approved the president to sign the CA with Mr. Charles Michael Franklin. I present this all in form of motion, sir.
Form of the motion by the chair. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Bro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Personnel Committee, Mr. Diaz.
Personnel Committee, met at 4:12, all members were present. We approved to reappoint the Secretary Treasurer for a 2-year term, 2026, 2027.
Did she accept?
We approved to reappoint the OSEP Director for 2026. We approved 2 weeks of FMLA leave for an equipment operator 2, contingent upon submission of all required paperwork. We approved 3 weeks of FMLA leave for the Special Assistant to Parish Manager, contingent upon submission of all required paperwork. We also approved to reinstate Mr. Robert Prejean as a full-time temporary employee, contingent upon a signed employment agreement. I present this all in the form of a motion.
Motion made by chair. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Blanchard, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Road and Bridge Committee, Mr. Alcorn.
Road and Bridge Committee met this afternoon. All members were present. 3 items on the agenda. Number one, we received an update from Savoy Engineering of our 2025 road overlay program. He received all the contracts from Epic Paving LLC. And we would like to request approval authorize the president to sign that contract. Item number 2, we approve to accept the low bid, responsible bidder for Andre Street Concrete Road Improvement Project by Alfonso LLC in the amount of $76,300. And we also approve an additional one speed bump for Riche Town Lane in Ward 1. I present you those 3 items in the form of a motion.
I second this
By the
motion.
chair, second by Mr. Mathern, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Mr. Chair, just for, on the authorizing the president to sign, make an additional motion, that wasn't done in the committee.
All right,
So we do it as a separate motion here, so we have a motion for it. So I'll make a motion that we, authorize the president to sign the contract for the road program.
Second.
all right, motion made and second that the president sign the contract for the road overlay program, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries.
Hold on, excuse me, Mike, is that gonna be Leroy as president or
What was the?
the road contract?
We signed it happened in 2025, but now we're signing the agreement.
It'll be Leroy.
Leroy, okay. Just making sure.
Engineering Grants Committee report, I held that first.
Finance first.
That's what I said, Finance Committee, Mr. Blanchard.
Line already.
The finance committee met today, everyone was present. We approved to pay the list of bills submitted through January 9th, 2026. We did not approve to go out for 30-day bid on a 750-gallon trailer mounted sewer cleaner. But, the parish manager will be seeking additional quotes to, see what the cost is for finding other items and also looking at the state contract, bid list to see if there are any items on there that could satisfy our needs. We approved for the special programs director and the intake coordinator to attend the ACAP conference in Lafayette, February 9th to 11th, 2026, at a cost of $1,406. We approved for the OSEP director and the special assistant to the parish manager to attend the 2026 commercial pesticide applicator recertification in Alexandria on January 21st, 26, at a cost of $500. We had a discussion regarding the intergovernmental agreement with St. Mary Levy District and neighboring parishes relative to the Bayou Chain Control Structure with no action. And we received a list from the Secretary Treasurer of previous cutback recommendations for our consideration moving forward. I present this all in the form of a motion.
Motion by the chair, there's second by Mr. Bro, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Engineering Committee met, all members are present, with an update from GIS Engineering on Jolin Moore Street drainage and Bell Rose Lane drainage project. Update from the Planners Design Group, we really have no update from them, but you have something on email to you today, so look over that and we'll have our next agenda. Had update from Infinity Engineering on Parish-wide sewer plant project. Update from Special Programs Director, Grants Coordinator. We had an update from South Central Planning Development Commission, request approval to adopt resolution approving and authorizing the president to sign supplemental agreement number 1, DOT State Parks and Melrose Sidewalks. That was approved. We had a presentation of the Restore Act multi-year plan, and we approved the resolution approving and authorizing the president to sign and submit the Restore Act multi-year plan. We had an update on the Ag Center Road Project, an update on health unit repairs, update on courthouse repairs. Request approval to accept the low responsible bidder of the Grant Park Restaurant Pavilion Building Project, the Sage Construction, contingent upon concurrence with facility planning control with the deducts. That amount will be $333,511.22.
I'll make a motion to accept the chair's report as read.
There's a motion to accept the chair, second by Mr. Carter, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We had a public hearing report to accept proposed budgets for 2026 as presented. We had a public hearing and no comment was made, so with that, entertain a motion to approve the, so moved by Mr. Diaz, second by Mr. Bro, all in favor? Opposed, that motion carries. Next item, adopt resolution amending the Section 8 Rental Assistance Program Administration Plan to allow for purposes and future waiting list intake for elderly, 62 years of age or older, head of households and or disabled head of households as requested by Roberto Macedo, Section 8 Administrator.
Yes, Mr. Macedo did recommend, make this recommendation to us. And just to make sure you are clear, it's not the elderly and head of households, it's only elderly head of households and disabled head of households. Just to make sure.
Move by Mr. Diaz, second by Mr. Carter, all in favor? Opposed, that carries. Adopt resolution authorizing Secretary to purchase government securities for the parish, UBS Financial Services Incorporated and LAMP.
This is something we do annually that I'm allowed to continually invest our excess funds.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Patro, second by Mr. Alcorn, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Discuss recommendation for the South Central Planning and Development Commission relative to the adoption of a resolution opting out of the statewide solar sting requirements. Mike Gordon?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, congratulations. Yeah, Justin got in touch with me last month and indicated that y'all wanted to do a comparison between the state's solar farm site regulations and the solar farm regulations that South Central Planning prepared for y'all, I guess a couple of years ago or last year. I can't remember when you did it really. But anyway, so I went ahead and compared the two, and that report I sent to Justin for his review and asked him to send it to the police jury if he felt that it was beneficial. Apparently, it is. And just to let you know, the parish's regulations are much more stringent than the state's requirements, especially when it comes to the minimum acreage. Our minimum acreage for the Assumption solar farm siting regulations is 20 acres compared to the state, which is 75 acres. So, I mean, you could do a solar farm development 70 acres and not have to get a permit. So anyway, if you read over the report, you'll see that only 2 of the factors that were built into the regulations are more stringent on the state's regulations, and one of those is the proximity to water. I mean, you have water all over this parish. I couldn't see having that as a necessity. Also, I want to let you know that there are some drainage requirements built into the solar farm regulations. And, you know, a developer may have to put in a retention pond. So you don't want that to deter that type of development. You would want to have a retention pond if they did a solar farm development, just to offset the drainage that was going to take place because of the development. So our recommendation is for Assumption to opt out of the state's regulations. And if you did want us to upgrade to the state's level on those other 2 areas, then, you know, I could certainly work with Justin in amending your current ordinance and with no charge and get that back to y'all. But personally, I think that you are very well covered with the regulations that you already have in place. And it would be, in my opinion, appropriate just to opt out.
No legal ramifications? The state?
See, they don't have a permit to spend.
It's just, they need,
Got your options.
they want you to adopt the resolution if you just stand by your own.
I think that what they want is, they want to make sure that everyone in the state has a local regulation. All right, and that's not the case right now. It's just like the state had to step in and say, hey, look, everybody has to have building codes. So same situation here. they believe that everyone needs to have minimum standards for these solar farms. I agree, but some parishes have already taken the initiative, like Assumption, like St. James, like St. John, have taken the steps to pass their own regulation.
Perfect. I want to opt out.
Yeah.
Motion.
Motion, I got a
Motion by
motion.
Mr. Alphonse, opt out.
To adopt the resolution.
Adopt the resolution, opt out of the statewide solar siting required. Second? Second by Mr. Brewer, all in favor? Opposed? Get it ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pat.
Remember, no charge.
He doesn't know.
No, you don't have to, you don't have to
He
add
doesn't
nothing.
have to do anything. We just adopt the
We
resolution.
adopt the
We're not
resolution.
changing our
We ain't
ordinance.
changing,
so,
yeah.
he doesn't-
Perfect.
Still no choice.
I just want to
Still no
remind
charge.
Still go charge, Pat.
All right, request authorization for the president to sign the following contracts. Aerial mosquito control services for 2026. Contract with CT Trenia Incorporated for pipes and plumbing repairs at the jail. Contract with Complete Gutter Service LLC for the roof replacement at the ballpark in Lavendale.
Thank you. Yeah, my language on the agenda is incorrect. That's my bad.
Say the eggs, so the correction is,
Yes, it's Lavendale Ballpark.
Lavendale ballpark concession stand.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Mathern, second by Mr. Diaz, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Number 20, request approval and adoption of ordinance 2001 levying derelict structure charges in amount of $13,979.23. Motion by Mr. Carter, second by Mr. Mathern, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Request approval of proclamation proclaiming January 25th to 31st, 2026 as Catholic School Week. Moved by Mr. Blanchard, second by Mr. Brewer, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Request approval of an occupation license for Circle S Express, Napoleonville, B Bar J's Country Store LLC, Napoleonville, Woods Lighting and Interior, Napoleonville. The bar is okay.
The bar's all right?
It's not that kind of bar.
What kind of bar it is?
It's a country store. It's not
It's a
selling.
country
alcohol.
store.
That bar is in reference to the symbolism of B dash J.
Yeah,
Okay, simple.
it's.
Motion by Mr. Diaz,
Second.
second by Mr. Ponder, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Request approval of a liquor license application for the following. Circle S Express, formerly Pop and Goes, Napoleonville. Mustafa Muhammad Salih, 102 Washington Street, Napoleonville. That's under, Pop and Goes. Henderson Mid Clark, Danielle Henderson Freeman, 379 AI Joseph Lane, Thibodeau. Motion by Mr. Rose, second by Mr. Blanchard, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Any other business? Motion adjourned. Blanchard, second by Mr. Carter, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. All right, people. See y'all on Monday.
Monday,
The 26th.